came across a lot of disturbing details today. Okay, and when I read it, it was very, very disturbing. See, first of all, I want to admit one thing. Okay, I am not a perfect human being. Even in my first book, I have addressed this. In my first book, which is titled The Truth About Spiritual Enlightenment, I have addressed very clearly that I went through some kind of transformation, but that did not make me a perfect human being. So, till now, I do not claim that I have been through some kind of transformation that made me a perfect human being or, infallible or something like that. I would never claim it, okay? In fact, no, I'm very close to you guys than to these so-called spiritual gurus, because I have been constantly disappointed with all the spiritual gurus who are giving knowledge, no matter who it is. Okay, it has been a business, and it is a very sad truth about our current reality. Okay, the thing is, you and me. Okay, I will include you also, include myself also, because do not think I'm a very ordinary person. Okay, a very ordinary person who is sharing his experiences. I am not a guru. I am not a master. I am not an expert. So, and I'm a very poor guy. Okay, that is the reality. But the thing is, because the reason why I'm telling you is because I don't want to separate myself from you. Okay, both of us are. I mean, whoever is watching this video, you and me are traveling in the same boat. Probably, probably you have not tasted what I have tasted. Okay, but that doesn't mean that I'm like a guru or somebody who is superior than you. I would never ever say that. Okay, for me, the most important thing in this world is truth. It is not fame. If I wanted to, if I really want to get fame or even money, okay, I mean, I certainly need survive money for my survival. That is a different thing. But I am not after money like all these so-called gurus are after for money. Okay, if I really wanted to do it, I can do it. I can fake it if I really want to. But faking stuff is very difficult for me. You can consider me as handicapped when it comes to faking things, when it comes to telling false stories. The reason why I'm making this video is because today I was utterly shocked. Okay, I have a few things to tell you. Okay, the thing was, do you remember my blog post regarding my visit to Amma's ashram? The thing was, I was impressed with Amma's ashram and everything. I liked it very much. That is why I created that article, right? And I really thought, okay, Amma is a lot better than Sadguru, okay, because Sadguru is a piece of shit, okay. That is true, okay. He is an arrogant, cunning criminal, okay, who has to be put behind the bars, but it does not happen because we are poor guys. What can we do against Sadguru, even if you know that it is truth? And even some idiots are even trying to convince me Sadguru is great. Stop telling, okay, you don't have to admit anything about me, okay, but at least stay safe, because you people are falling prey to this con man, okay, who are selling this. They are like snakes oil salesmen, right? Like they are selling all these things like Lingabari, Yantra, and everything. And I, and these people forget that in some point of time, I trusted the Sadguru a lot. Okay, I will come back to the Amma story. Okay, because I was very, very disappointed to read something about Amma, but I will let you know. Okay, and I really want your comments. When I say comments, do not get attached to any guru. Okay, do not get attached to anybody who is claiming some kind of spiritual experience, including me. Okay, I am not claiming to be a guru, but I am still claiming to have some kind of spiritual experience, right? You can consider me as an idiot, that is okay, but do not ever consider me as somebody who's special. Okay, because I might exploit you, right? Do you know for sure that I would not exploit you? You won't, right? because I want to tell this message because it was like very crystal clear to me today. Okay, after going through all these things, maybe you can do a Google search, and I was extremely shocked about this. See, I am always whenever I want to expose somebody. Okay, and right now I am not even exposing because I am not connected to Amma as much as I was connected to Sadhguru. Okay, this ashram in Amartanandam is totally different. Okay, some people suggested me that I should go to the ashram for taking shelter because even before, even when I was seeking enlightenment, I had read many people's discourses. I've gone through many people's discourses. I've read them. I have watched the videos of them. Okay, but Amma never impressed me in the first place. But I was in a situation where I have to go to an ashram. Okay, and one of my friends suggested you go to Amma's ashram, and everything looks very beautiful in the beginning, right? Like, it is like, everything is, if everything is scripted. If you go and watch the movie, you go and watch a movie, right? The actor might be a culprit. He might be an action villain, but in the story he might be a hero. Okay, he might be a very very bad person, but in the story portrays him as a good person. Okay, when it comes to all these spiritual people, all we hear about is stories which are created, and I'm extremely disappointed. I don't even know how deep this rabbit hole goes. Okay, because this seemed to be very very authentic. Maybe you can Google this. Okay, I came across today. That is why I'm making this post today. Okay, see, I am with you. Okay, when it comes to this, because I have been a seeker, I know that I have got a very profound experience in 2014. Okay, which changed my life, and I am not claiming to be some anyway. I am not claiming to be a superior person. I care for people. Okay, that is very very obvious, right? So yeah, maybe you have to Google this. There are two books. Okay, 1 minute. Okay, I'll tell you because I have another phone which is for my work purposes and I'm browsing through it at the moment. Okay, and yeah, see, Gail Treadwell. Okay, Gail, and then Treadwell is Tredwell. Treadwell. Okay, she is a lady. She has actually written a diary. Okay, it is. If you read this book, okay, just read this book and tell me what you think. Okay, I don't want to tell my you. You just read this book. Okay, it is available for free. You don't have to even buy the book. If you just search, just go ahead and search. I know it is plagiarism, but anyway, I can't help it. Okay, because we have all done that. Okay, I have downloaded thousands and thousands of ebooks, and when you're hungry for knowledge, sometimes we have to just download it. Okay, without having to pay the price. But please do not do that for my book. Okay, I'm suffering a lot. Okay, so because some people even commented, okay, there is a free version of my book. I know about plagiarism, so I always made sure that the free version will be never available. Okay, so yeah, you cannot download my book for free. At least to my knowledge, it is the case because I have to earn some money. Okay, so yes, so you just download this book. The title of the book is Holy Hell. Okay, Holy Hell. How can a hell be very holy? Okay, remember this. It is a holy hell. I don't have the full name of the book right now, but it is available for free. You will be utterly shocked. I was utterly shocked, and I was like, "What the hell is going on in the world, man?" I at least trusted this person to be a guru, and the thing is now I cannot see. The thing is I'm taking a very neutral position here. Okay, regarding this. I did went to Amma's ashram, and I don't have much familiarity as much as I had with Sadhguru. Because when it comes to this, it is a sin to call him a Sadhguru. Okay, Jaggi Vasudev idiot. Okay, I I went to his ashram and he made a lot of stories. Okay, but this Amma actually, even when I read her biography, I was like, what the hell? For example, there is one incident where people were requesting for miracles. If you are truly an avatar of a god, show me a miracle. Okay, she immediately turned like water into milk, water into prasadam, water into panjamritam. How can somebody turn water? We have read these myths in Jesus Christ's life. Okay, Jesus turned water into wine. How come Amma turned water into wine? I was very skeptical in the beginning, okay, but I didn't show that skepticism even with you guys, okay, because I really didn't know. Maybe it was the mistake of somebody else. Maybe they wanted to glorify Amma. We cannot we cannot blame Amma for everything, right? And I visited Amma's ashram, okay, and I stayed there for 10 days, and I was impressed by the environment. I liked it, okay. In fact, even in Isha, it was like that because the thing is, you have to understand a big difference, right? Whenever you go to any ashram like this, the ashram is surrounded by seekers. It is these seekers which make the ashram a beautiful place. It is never the guru, because the gurus are mostly false. Okay, the seekers know the beauty of the spiritual realization because they are seekers. They are seeking it. They know the taste of it in some way and they wanted to attain it. But the gurus, what they do is they are faking it. They are attracting seekers because they are attracting it in every possible way. For example, I can find some meditation technique which is already mentioned in yoga, and I can present to you in a very modern way. Okay, not only in a modern way, in an attractive way that appeals to the modern audience. When I do that, you will be attracted. It is a business, okay? It is a business trick. I can do it myself. If I really want to, I can do it. I can create hundreds of programs like that, and you will be impressed. It is very easy to impress people with advertisements. That is exactly the psychology of advertisements. Okay, if I advertise something, and if I advertise it in a very clever way, you will buy the product. See, it does. My product does not have to have the quality. If I really provide an advertisement which is psychologically attractive, okay, you will buy the product because the advertisement works. Psychologically, it works. So, people are advertising spirituality in a way that captures your mind. I want to tell you this: do not trust anybody, including me. I might be a liar, right? See, I think this is after Osho, I am the second person to say that, because even Osho, one thing that I like about Osho is there is no difference between all these gurus, and even Osho lied. Okay, Osho made up things, I know, but Osho was honest about this. He said, "I am a con man. I am not perfect." Okay, this is the only difference between Osho and all these people. These people are, and unfortunately, even Amma was accused of using Osho's content. So everybody is using. Even Osho was like, according to the modern standards. Okay, when he was living his life, he was intelligent, but everything becomes outdated, right? Even Isaac Newton is outdated right now. According to modern science, Isaac Newton is not. I mean, his ideas changed the world. Okay, Isaac Newton is one of the important persons in scientific revolution, but still, Isaac Newton was wrong in some aspects, right? Because science has improved. Albert Einstein has developed something else which contradicts with Isaac Newton's theory of gravity. Albert Einstein, Albert Einstein introduced the special and the general theory of relativity, which somehow, there seems to be some kind of conflict. As far as I understand, I'm not an expert in physics. I'm not Jaggi Vasudev to claim that I know everything. Okay, if you go to Jaggi Vasudev, he will tell you, I'm an ordinary person. I'm a common man. Even now, I'm a common man. I'm not a guru. I don't have thousands of followers. But one thing that I have is I am committed to discovering the truth. And whenever I discover some truth, I will let you know. So, regarding Amma, you can Google yourself, and I was disappointed to see this. I read that book also. I did not read the book completely, but I know how to read a book to find some kind of crucial information, and I read it. And it seems that the author is creative, and not only creative. I mean, when I say creative, it might give a false idea. Maybe she was very creative in imagining things. It is not like that. The book was well written. First of all, it was a well written book. Okay, it's a story. Okay, in fact, it is not even focused on, like, for example, if somebody wants to defame somebody, right? Somebody is having against some kind of grudge. For example, let's say, okay, I don't like Sadhguru. I have a grudge against Sadhguru. Let us assume that. Okay, if I write a book against this, What I will do is the main focus about that will be only regarding Sadhguru. This book was not like that. This Holy Girl Hell book was completely different. It was like, she was not even focusing that. She was just, it is her own autobiography. She is sharing her autobiography. This is what I went through. So there are a lot of unnecessary details, which is not even focused regarding defaming someone. So by from her book I can tell you that it is not that she is trying to defame Amma. She is being honest. And thing is, certain things are very disgusting. You can read it yourself, okay? You don't have to read the book. There is a link, okay? You just search for Guru Mag, okay? GURUMAG.com, I think .com. And then there are a couple of articles about Amma. You just see. The thing is, I don't want to come to any conclusion. It is like, it is kind of like, oh my god, it is like, nobody is trustworthy in this world. This is exactly what I'm beginning to think right